The Neoteric Witch. Neoteric. Utropy, where have you been? Why have you come back now? I'm sorry, it's just I wasn't prepared to see my sister like that. It's a shame your big moment was spoiled, but now that the match has been decided, there's nothing for it but to prepare. As a former heavyweight fighter, Utropy is more than a cut above everyone you faced thus far. Even so, having seen how quickly you've climbed up the ranks to become champion, I reckon you're far from overmatched. As Neely mentioned, Utropy, or rather Wicked Thunder, harnesses the Levinsteed's soul and employs Electrope in battle. The ring's a recreation of an imaginary city designed to allow her the full use of her powers. The bouts are notoriously so dangerous that there isn't even seating for spectators. And while she's my sister, I'm your second, so you go out there, Demeter, and you win this. Straight into it? I guess straight into it. Well, I mean, we knew there was going to be an M4, but wasn't expecting it to be the mysterious sister, has to be said. In the midst of your crowning ceremony, you are challenged by none other than the electrifying Wicked Thunder, sister of Yana and former heavyweight fighter of fame. The Ascension Arcadia president has authorised a special exhibition match for this thunderous clash, and now the realm waits with bated breath, wondering who will emerge victorious, the unstoppable upstart or the Neoteric Witch. Are we going to drop this title at some point? Unstoppable start. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not inaccurate, but spend a bit of time on the treadmill while I wait for the duty queue to pop. Yes, mysteries. Why has she returned? Why has the president allowed it? I mean, I get with the Bomb King why the quote-unquote disqualification moment didn't end the fight, because it would be a bit of a lackluster fight if that had happened. And obviously we got to prove that we could defeat a roided up idiot. But, yes. President who wants to see us fight. Unfortunately, I was only talking about him earlier, I'm unfortunately reminded of my least favourite villain in the series. Boringos Galvus. Oh, I just want to see you fight, my friends. It's like, if they found some way of bringing... No, they wouldn't do that. That would be stupid. We left him at the edge of the universe. Let him rot there. God, I hate Xenos. I'm actually really... Ooh, this is pretty. I'm actually really tempted, though, to replay the Stormblood MSQ to see whether my opinion of it has changed. Because whilst I've got it all recorded, it's at 720p from a Twitch stream that I did. Because I was still streaming on Twitch when I did Stormblood. And the balance on audio is awful. Also, I'm not a Vieira in it, because that was before. Anyway. Okay. That's, yes. Nice stripes. Okay. Looks like we're above the city.
But I must have your soul.
Why?
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
Wrath of Zeus. That's very specific. Yeah, that's no accident. The fact that it's Wrath of Zeus, because of course the Asians are named after the Greek gods. Okay, so we've got to watch out for reflections. Huh. I was kinda.
Has many uses. Watch and learn.
Oh, look at that massive cannon. Her skills are as sharp as ever.
Okay. Oh, threefold blast. Oh, ow! Shit. How am I in that? Unless am I supposed to fight directly under her? Huh. Oh, that's a multi-hit.
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
That's cheating.
She's great wings. Ha! Are wickedly divine.
Okay.
They're back on their feet. What grid?
Uh-huh. Yes, I can think about the implications of Zeus being name drops afterwards.
How's this?
But I assume this is going to be combined with something else now to make it more. Yeah, multiple rings. Uh-huh. Okay. So same side again. Fivefold blast this time. Again.
Oh my! The challenger went down hard.
Cannot help with the oh, this is multi-hits. Yeah, I think I must just not have moved fast enough. Okay, so they're going to combine Oh.
Be gone.
I'm going to stand here.
But for how long?
Can we cross over this? We can. No. Witch hunts? Okay, so that's a memorized pattern. I'm not good at those. There may well be a safe spot somewhere in there, but yeah. And it looks like she doesn't do it until, what, 85%, 90% health left? If I res now, that's going to res me. Oh. Woohoo!
I cannot! I must not lose!
This is a DPS check? No?
Die already!
Okay, I did all right there.
No choice but to withdraw.
Huh.
In a shocking turn of events,
Shocking. Haha.
our unstoppable upstart is victorious!
Yes, the pensive. Heavyweight tier complete. They've done a good job actually of Black Cat Minion.
It's all over. Until next time.
What did I roll for that? Didn't actually see. I don't actually know which of the. Oh, that's massive these. I actually think this is my first time doing a raid tier where I've not immediately gone for like the body piece or something. Oh, and we got the hollow blade as well. I forgot about the weapons. You're safe, thank goodness. But for you to actually triumph. Seems you have the stuff to succeed even in the upper divisions. I was hoping to have a word with you, Trippy, but she's disappeared again. There's nothing else to do for now, so let's head back to the gym. Yes, she was reasonably confident of her victory, and yet we put her in her place, but more importantly, she A, needs our soul, and B, she's using the Wrath of Zeus. Now, okay, don't get me wrong, lightning-based, Zeus is lightning, yes, an easy thing to see. But if we have Emmet Selk as Hades, Greek god of the underworld, then somebody using anything related to Zeus is... 696. So I'm being held back by my my Vanguard Ring of Slaying. I need to go and get the one from... Is it Origenics? No. From Alexandria. Where am I going? Where am I going? Review. I assume the younger sister is going to have some things to say about the eldest sister arriving. Huh. Leonie will have watched the fight at home. I wonder what she thought of, well, everything. Come on, let's head in. I'm relieved you're unharmed, Imogen, but what a shock it was to see you appear again, in that manner. She's very well spoken. Speak of the devil. What are you doing here? Well, no matter. I'm not here to fight you, but to talk to my sisters. Good, because we have a mountain of questions for you. Why did you disappear without a word? What exactly have you been doing all this time? I'll explain everything in due course, but if you want to live, Yana, you need to give up fighting right now. What? Why? Because if you repeatedly transfigure your flesh with a feral soul, you'll eventually develop psychonecrosis, an irreversible disease where your own soul degrades. That's what happened to Ambrose, the final boss in Origenics. Because that was an attack that he used, wasn't it? No, he used psychokinesis. Once it's begun, it's too late. All you can do is await death, like me. So she's dying. She went to see if she could find a cure and failed? This can't be true. I knew there were risks, but isn't that why fighters are immortalised, so we can get out before it's too late? Ah. Yeah, they're sent up to living memory, aren't they? Yana, have you ever met one of the immortalised? The life of comfort promised at retirement is just a lie woven to exploit us and cover up our deaths. But I remember them all. How can that be if they're dead? Rather than to new homes, the fighters are taken to a secret facility. There, their regulators are removed and they're kept in confinement until they die. Ah, so they wouldn't know. Without their regulators fitted, Everkeep systems have no way of detecting their death, nor of preserving their memory. I'd noticed changes to my body, and so decided to seek the counsel of the immortalised. When I snuck into the President's office to ascertain their whereabouts, I discovered the sordid truth. I feared I'd become another victim if I remained, and so I disappeared and began searching for a cure to the illness. Did you find one? Nope. Yes. In theory, the remedy is another person's soul, but an ordinary one won't do. No, it has to be surpassingly dense. Like yours. I bear you no ill will, but you're my only hope of survival. Yeah, because of course our soul is denser because we have been essentially rejoined with Ardbert's. So our soul is twice as dense. Maybe more, but at least twice as dense. Rather than ambush you in the city and cause a disturbance, I challenged you in the ring, certain I'd claim my prize. I knew the President wouldn't pass by the opportunity for a thrilling match, but I'd become weaker than I'd realised. That's the only reason we're having this conversation now. Next time, I will have your soul. Wait, Utopi. Even if it's to save yourself, you can't just take the soul of another. It's not right. That's easy for you to say. You don't live with the knowledge that every single moment your soul's being eaten away. Huh? Ah, forgive my intrusion. I'd come to see how you were faring after your sister's sudden appearance, but I fear I've overheard something most distressing. So you didn't know either? Despite... yeah, he knew. Despite your position in a sense in Arcadia. Had I known, I assure you I'd not commentate with such enthusiasm. It was in the belief that our fighters were safe that I enjoyed my work. Mm-hmm. There's only one thing to do. We make the truth public and stop the fights. I don't want anyone else to suffer. Oh no, that is the worst thing we could possibly do. The President shows no mercy to those who get in his way. Should we go public with his secret, no one would be safe. Not you or me or any of the fighters. That Utopi has kept silent, I suspect, is because she understood this. Uh-huh. I suppose you're right. Mm-hmm. In hindsight, it's because he's such a ruthless man that he could cover up the disease. I believe we have but one recourse. Temujin, you must rise to the very summit of the Arcadion and become the Grand Champion. You see, the Grand Champion is granted access to all the souls in our repository. While it wouldn't be the intended purpose of this privilege, you would be at liberty to release them. By thus getting rid of all feral souls left, the fighters would no longer be at risk. With the skill you've displayed thus far, I have faith that you can do it. That was my intention anyway. Good, good. Now, it would garner suspicion if I lingered too long, so I shall take my leave. If you'll excuse me, I don't trust this guy as far as I could throw him, and there's a Lalafell, so I could throw him reasonably far. Did that actually work? As a metaphor? I don't think it did. As you recall, I can't fight in any matches for a while. Given what I know now, it's just as well. But I'll of course continue to support you as best I can. At the same time, the Union Island I take our own search for a cure for psychonecrosis. There has to be a way to save our sister without sacrificing you, or anyone else for that matter. Could we sacrifice the corn servant? He has a mighty soul. It's grossly incandescent. Pretty lighting. To be honest, I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything. I put on a brave face for Naomi's sake, but the truth is I'm terrified. I'm really glad to have you with us in this. This has become more than just a fighting competition, but for the sake of our goal, we'll have to go along with it. So, come and find me here when it's time to begin your cruiserweight campaign. In 6 months. Ah, there is our new light heavyweight champion. I've been most eager to talk to you, my friends. Oh, storyteller boy. Gabbro. I believe a proper introduction is in order. My name is Gabbo, and I'm a cartoonist. That is, a storyteller in the medium of art. Most of my works are inspired by the battles in Arcadion, and I'd love nothing more than to chronicle the journey of the unstoppable upstart. Now, I still have some few preparations to attend to, but as soon as that is finished, I would be most obliged to hear your tales. So he's going to be our Savage Unlocker. Oh, Gabbo's works are tremendously popular in Solution 9, and the fact that he wants to make a story about you is proof of your own popularity. You could do worse than have a chat with him. Maybe we could subtly warn people through the medium of... Muchos Materius. Pick on someone your own size. Yeah, so we can't talk to him yet. He's going to be the person who unlocks Savage content. I was going to say for us, but for us would imply that I'm having any planning of doing it, and I am of course not. I don't do Savage content. I've no interest in that kind of play, frankly. Don't get me wrong, the bosses always sound very interesting and how they change the mechanics and so on and so forth, but I don't have a static. I play FF14 solo. You know, I think most people have picked up on the fact, and I think I even mentioned it in a previous video, I'm a member of a free company, and they're a lovely bunch of people. I see them talking every now and again, but I don't engage with them, which is nothing against them. They're a food and battle buff, essentially, for me. I'd help out if they ever actually specifically requested me to do something, but I've been with them a very long time at this point. It's got to be 8 years plus, and I can count on 2 hands the amount of content I've actually done with them. It's just not that kind of group, which is fine. So that was the Arcadion. Thoughts? It started off, as I said, a bit lackluster, a little bit bare bones, a little bit on the weak side narratively, and it wasn't helped by the fact that I don't think the gear is particularly interesting to look at. But, as it turns out, the actual storyline definitely going somewhere. Definitely got a little bit more interesting as it went on. And that's good. That's good. It's still not, you know... Oh, I was hoping I could get onto that and it'll surround. It's still not like super duper deep and so on and so forth, but it's got enough setup and premise for, you know, the kind of battle content that it actually is. And I appreciate that. So we've got the understanding now of why Utropy needs our soul specifically, but we've also got the mystery of who is the president, how has he managed to retain the kind of control that he's got and cover up. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a powerful figure in entertainment, which is of course important in this society just as it is important in ours. That's literally part of the thing, I would suspect, that, you know, it's an allegory of sorts about the kind of control and power people in our society have, even in, you know, media and entertainment. Obviously he's not as powerful as the Corn Servant, but few are. The Arcadion was great. It started off really minimalist and bare bones, and I didn't know where it was going to go, and I wasn't massively interested, and then halfway through it suddenly got interesting. Interesting pacing, interesting storytelling. Brave story. I hate that. I hate that phrase. Oh, it was brave storytelling. No, it wasn't brave. It was risky. It is what it was. It was risky storytelling with a player base as fickle as Final Fantasy XIV. Me and the Corn Servant are going to go and have a good time. No, that sounds weird. I'm going to take the Corn Servant. No, that also sounds weird. How can I phrase this? I'm going to go do some other stuff, And the corn servant is going to come with me and what? No. No, that also sounds weird. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.